If you have privacy and you can sunbathe in UVA Rise totally nude, that's awesome for all of your bits and your parts. It's good to get some sun on your belly. If you have any gut issues, having sun on your belly will probably help a lot. Hi everyone. Maybe you've heard that early morning sunlight is really good for your health. It totally is. Today I'm going to teach you 7 practical tips to get the most out of your time in something that's called UVA Rise. Hi, my name is Martha and I'm a student of Circadian quantum biology. Back in 2019 I became very sick with a chronic illness. It took me 4 years to recover, and I really wish I had known about circadian quantum health back then. Maybe I would not have gotten quite so sick, and maybe I would have recovered a lot faster. Today's topic is morning sunlight and why it's so crucial for our health, UVA Rise in particular. What is UVA Rise and when is it? UVA Rise is when the sun is between 10 and 30 degrees above the horizon. It's the first hour of ultraviolet A light in the morning. Ultraviolet A rise lasts about an hour, and it's available year-round no matter where you live on Earth. A really easy way to tell when UVA Rise is happening in your area is to use an app called My Circadian app. I'm using the free version right now, and I'm finding it really helpful. Really briefly, UVA Rise is a key circadian signal. That light signal of the first ultraviolet A light reaching our eyes and our skin tells our brain and our body what time of day it is and helps regulate all of our processes in our bodies. UVA Rise helps to regulate the circadian clock in our brain, called the suprachiasmatic nucleus or nuclei. UVA light also preconditions our skin to receive stronger UVA and UVB light later in the day without skin damage, as long as we're out there, for a sensible amount of time. To learn more about how UVA Rise works in the body and the processes that it helps to jumpstart in the morning, check out part 1 of my video above. So let's learn about 7 do's and don'ts for UVA Rise. Number 1, you might be asking, how many minutes should I spend in UVA Rise? For a lot of people, the sweet spot is about 20 minutes. When it's warmer out, I can stay outside for the whole hour of UVA Rise if it feels good on my skin. And if I have the time to do that, I will stay out for the whole hour. A minimum amount of time on most days is 20 minutes, even in the winter, when I'm exposing pretty much just my face and my eyes. If you're trying to recover from a chronic condition, as I was for 4 years, it's a really good idea to maximize your exposure to UVA light. Just go outside for the whole hour if you're able to do that and you have time. If you're really busy during UVA Rise and can only go out for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 3 minutes, that's better than nothing, so that you get those crucial light signals into your eyes and a little bit onto your skin. The second question that you might be wondering about is, how much skin should I expose? Again, in colder weather, it might just be your face and your eyes, which is super important. In warmer months, in the spring, you can build up your tolerance for exposure. I'm slowly, here in early June, exposing more and more skin. I'm wearing a tan through tank top from a company called Cool Tan that I'll link to below. As the weather warms up, you will want to expose as much skin as you're comfortable exposing with the temperature and your privacy. I do live in an intentional community where there are people right next door to me, so I don't have a lot of privacy. If you have privacy and you can sunbathe in UVA Rise totally nude, that's awesome for all of your bits and your parts. But if you can't, you can do something like what I do. I wear very short shorts. I pull them down over my belly, even though nobody really wants to expose their belly. It's good to get some sun on your belly. If you have any gut issues, having sun on your belly will probably help a lot. I usually do not wear a hat during UVA Rise because the light is so gentle and we want that light to reach into our brain and into our cerebral spinal fluid. All good stuff to prevent cognitive impairment later on in life. Of course, in the winter, I'm definitely wearing a hat, but not during the summertime. I'll put a hat on later in the day if I feel like my skin has gotten enough exposure. One of my favorite tricks when it's cool out and I'm wearing a tank top like I got on right now is to wear a sleeveless vest, a padded vest that gives me extra warmth, but it still exposes my arms to the sun. As part of exposure, we want to have bare eyes, no glasses, contacts, or sunglasses. We want the light signals coming into our eyes to match the light signals reaching our skin. If that match does not happen, then our brain doesn't know what time of day it is, and doesn't know to send the correct signals to our skin so our skin can protect itself with things like melanin and uracanic acid. When you're being exposed to UVA Rise, you also want to have bare skin. If you like to put lotions on your skin or you like to wear makeup, just wait until after your morning sun practice to put those things on your skin. Number 3, should you be in direct sun or is shade okay? Yeah, it's ideal to be in direct sun during UVA Rise because the sunlight is just that much stronger, right? But if it's cloudy out or rainy, you can definitely be in a protected area where you're still getting the photon waves coming in around your body, kind of swirling around your body, but they won't be as bright. Where I live, my neighbors have some trees that shade my yard, so I like to pull my chair out to an area where I know I will get direct sunlight. Even if it's cloudy and I can't see the shadows on the grass, I have a good understanding of where the sun is going to hit me most directly. Number 4, should you face the sun? You don't have to face the sun. You can do whatever you want. You can walk, you can run, you can garden, you can read. You don't have to face the sun directly. What I like to do, because I do have a disability currently that prevents me from walking around a lot, I do sit in a chair, and about 20 minutes after I've started my sunbathing, if it's a nice day and I want to stay out longer than the minimum of 20 minutes, I will turn my chair about 180 degrees and get the sun on the back of my body as well. Just a safety tip that if you need glasses to go for a walk, please sit instead of going for a walk. Do what is safe for you. I just want to say that I'm sharing my experience and information, and I'm not sharing medical advice. Now, what if you can't walk outside? What if you have some sort of health condition where you just can't walk outside? I understand that. When I was at my sickest, I could barely walk outside. So I do know a woman with chronic fatigue-like symptoms who was so sick she could barely get out of bed. And her husband would carry her outside and sit her in a chair for sunrise and UVA rise with her bare feet on the ground. Now, she was petite, and I am not petite. I don't think my husband could have carried me outside. But if that's an option for you, that's awesome. Another option, if you cannot walk outside, is to sit next to an open window. A screen is fine. If you can face east toward the sun, that's terrific. If not, don't worry about it. You will still get the light signals coming through the window. You can also sit next to an open door. Tip number 5 today is to earth while you're outside for UVA rise. Earthing means we just have our bare feet on the ground and we're absorbing the electrons from the Earth's negatively charged Earth's surface. Our bodies are electrical beings. Our cells, to be healthy, need a robust negative charge, actually a gradient between the negative charge and positive charge, but we definitely need to have lots of electrons and a negative charge. In fact, cancer cells have been shown to have lost a lot of their negative charge, and they're no longer functioning properly. Tip number 6, what if you're driving during UVA rise? This is super, super easy. Just open your windows as much as you're comfortable. I have a moonroof above me in my car, and I keep the moonroof open all the way, even in the winter. My poor husband knows that when he's driving with me in the winter, he's going to have to wear a nice warm hat because that moonroof is open so that I get the light waves coming into the car. My last tip to share with you today, number 7, is it's all about consistency, not perfection. Anytime I share tips with you about things to do and not do, it's not about being perfect with what you're doing. It's to help you feel confident that when you spend time trying these practices, and you're putting your energy into trying these things, and maybe your energy is limited or your time is limited, that you're doing it the best way you know how to do. And then you can relax, knowing that what you're doing with UVA Rise today, what we're talking about today, is going to help you the best way that it can. If you want to learn more about UVA Rise, check out part 1 in this video. I'll link to above. And thank you so much for being here with me. See you next time.